Good afternoon from Little Creek Bee Ranch. It's December 2nd, about 3:15 in the afternoon. We just finished some bee chores and I wanted to run a little video here. The temperatures are pretty nice right now, about low 60s, but here in a couple of days it's going to get down to the teens. Oklahoma sees a lot of wacky up and down weather with big temperature swings, 40 degrees, sometimes more. I think that's kind of rough on bees, but anything we can do to help them stay warm. If you see here, we have what I call pedestals, where the beehives sit on for spring and summer. But when wintertime comes, we got problems with airflow underneath the hives. So what we did is we have some old bags of leaves from several years ago, accumulation of years. And we simply built a tuft of leaves to one side of the colonies and then just set the colonies right on top of the leaves. Now, I'm not super picky. I don't want cold air running underneath the beehives. It's the same principle as a bridge in the wintertime, and the first place ice gathers is on the bridges because there's cold air running underneath. If you have a stock tank for livestock, horses or cattle, and if there's airflow underneath that stock tank will freeze faster. Even if you put a floating heater on it, you're going to battle the colder elements because it's just going to try to freeze quicker. You've got cold air running underneath it. So we just simply took the beehives, we did an open check, we put in some sugar blocks on top as well. But we built these tufts of leaves, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches of leaves, and just set the bottom board right on top. Now, what about wet weather and whatever? Well, you know, I wish there was a perfect world. But for bees, I will take a fresh bottom board, a couple of fresh bottom boards, and we'll come back in the springtime and set the bottom board, you know, right there. And then we'll pick up the bottom box, we'll break it all apart and then reset it on a new bottom board. That way I'm able to look and see what's inside the cavity of the bottom board here, because there might be a copperhead or some mice or whatever. I don't care. I just don't want to get surprised, really. But I wanted to show you this because if you can block the wind all you want, but you still have cold air underneath the bees. There's a sack of leaves. And if you will take away the air, now I guess you could shove a pile of leaves underneath that pedestal, but that's a lot more work in my mind, and the wind just blows it out. But if you will build a tuft of leaves or straw, but we had bags and bags and bags of leaves in the barn, bags of leaves in the barn that we wanted to get rid of, so it wasn't a big deal. Might as well use them. I'll use them for the garden for next year, but whatever. These I'll just probably mow over. Cut the air from underneath the beehives, and I think you'll find that they'll do better, because the colder they get, the more food they got to eat. And we're feeding right now a thick mix of sugar water with some essential oils in it to prevent nosema. So I'm not too worried about that. But a Bee Cozy wrap and some sugar blocks inside on top, sitting on a tuft of leaves. Now, dadgummit, I don't know what else to do, but every year, ever since I've been keeping bees since '05, I've had colonies die in March, and it's just a pain in the side, because I don't want dead colonies, and they're even more of a pain to clean out a dead colony. But somehow I've got to find a system, something to knock out this issue of having dead colonies in March. Everything is going good till the late March, and then you'll get 3, 4, 5, 6 die, and it'll drive you bonkers. I mean, good bees too. some of my most favorite bees on the property. So this is something we haven't done before, is to set the colonies on big tufts of leaves. We just made a pile of leaves and set them on there. And to help them stay warmer, that's the whole name of the game. I'll worry about the moisture next check around. You read the inside of the covers inside to see if there's a moisture building. You make your adjustments, always adjusting, but I don't want everyone to open up when temperatures are below 50, you know. But boy, you know, I get teased a lot because I baby the bees. You're dadgum right. Because I'm so tired of losing such great colonies because I missed a step, or I wasn't thinking and I wasn't paying attention. And we had 2 blizzards back to back in 2010, and it just never stops. So this goes way above and beyond making money. You should never keep bees for the sake of making money. It's the challenge and the passion of the bees and loving honeybees, and they're so dadgum smart, but they got to have some help. And I'm not a dadgum tree, so don't text me or write me or send me a message. That's not how they work in a tree. I don't want to hear that. I'm not a tree. I'm a beekeeper, and I'm doing all I can to ensure that these bees are going to be healthy for the next 4 or 5 months. We got to get from December all the way into mid-April, and then I'll feel better. But right on the ground, even if the bottom board gets a little bit of water sucked up on the wood, just whatever, I'm not worried about that. I'll sort that out later. It's keeping these bees alive. So I wanted to show you 27 colonies we did. Jim, our bee helper, was over today helping us do the leaves and stuff leaves and set them down the ground. And we did 27 like that. And there's Hilltop Apiary. Tufts of leaves with bee cozies. We've used up all our bee cozies, so the ones that don't have them don't get them. And they'll just do the best they can. But everybody's off their pedestals. Cut out the wind from underneath and get the beehive sitting on the ground with some leaves or straw, and cut out the wind. I just don't think blocking wind is good enough anymore. There's still cold air underneath the beehive. So a tip, I hope that helps somebody. Have an awesome day. Happy holidays.